Love can make you do some crazy things. You hear me? Love can make you do some crazy things. Do you hear me? Love can make you do some crazy things. Do you hear me? Love can make you do some crazy things. Do you hear me? Love really can make you do some crazy things. Stay tuned. Have you ever been in a relationship and in the beginning everything's going amazing? Like everything is like, yes, baby, if you ask me right now, I will marry you. I will say yes, baby. Yes. I want to marry you right now. Give me the ring. You're just everything I dreamed of. And then one day you just wake up and you like, oh my God, what? What? And like stuck like thinking like, oh my God, what in the world just happened? Like, what? Okay, you guys, honestly, like, I know I probably already told you guys, but I'm gonna tell you guys anyway, again. For you newcomers, I'm gonna tell you again. Um, as a teenager, I didn't have any relationships. You know, I was always like that hopeless romantic, which I've always been like that hopeless romantic and like, thinking like, oh my God, um, all this hopeless romantic stuff. The fantasy world, thinking like, oh my God, I'm gonna get roses and, you know, I'm gonna get this teddy bear and I'm just gonna be, you know, a whole princess, a whole little princess and everything. You know, and no, didn't none of that happen, and everything. I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. I made it through. I made it through. I made it through. Your girl made it through. Even though I cried some nights, it was depressed some nights and, kind of wanting like, why not, and everything. But, I'm still a hopeless romantic. But anyways, um, I just really felt like when I got grown that, I would be married and I would have kids and I would be like living happily ever after. And your girl is not living happily ever after. Do you hear me? I am not married. I don't have no kids. But, I am happy. But I don't, my life just not turning out how I would like it to turn out. Let me just say it like that. It's not what I thought. Like when I look and I see my vision, it's just like, what? This ain't what I seen. I seen me married. I seen me happy. I seen me living my best life. Oh God. And everything. So like it's just like, well. Okay, so at 18 I got in my first real relationship and everything, and couldn't nobody tell me nothing because I felt like, um, hey, I finally get to be in my relationship. I finally get to be happy. I finally get to live my best life. And, in the beginning, everything was pretty sweet. It was pretty sweet and everything. But I can honestly say it got real fast. Like, it got real fast. Like, and everything. And, you know, as good as it got real, is as quick as it died. You know, and I told myself I'm not gonna be in another relationship. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna be single. Well, I did. I did. I waited and everything. Cause I had my relationship. It ended in uh 2012. No, 2013. Matter of fact, it ended in 2013 and everything like that. So from 2013 to 2015, I was single and free and everything. And still being that little hopeless romantic and still having that hopeless romantic for you women that know and that are hopeless romantics. I get you, girl. I got you. Just dreaming and just having that fantasy like, oh my God, I want to get married. I want to I want to have kids. I want to have a baby shower. I want to have girls' night. I want to sit with my ladies and, you know, we can talk about, you know, love and, you know, all the things women talk about. You know, only for like life to like be like, you know, okay, where are my ladies? You know, who do I call when I want to talk about, you know, whatever? And, you know, what's going on with my life? Okay, so your girl got online. Excuse me. Your girl got online and decided to like, you know, get on this site, this little lover site or whatever, and check it out, you know, and everything like that. And I'm taking you guys, you know, down and through so you guys can follow and understand where I'm coming from. So, I got online and, you know, and I ended up getting this message. And it was just like, okay. And from the beginning, I was already like, okay. You know when people be trying to woo you, cause you know in the beginning they be trying to woo you, so you gotta have all your antlers on, you know, all your walls up. That's the way you should be, ladies. You know, have all your walls up. Don't let your walls be down the first day. You know, and everything like that. So, you know, just having all my walls up and, you know, we began to vibe and talk and everything. And like it had got to, you know, being around Christmas or whatever, and we decided to link up. You know, I honestly I feel like this little girl in the candy store, and I'm like, yes, oh my God, yes, oh my God, yes, and just happy, you know. And I had a few little acquaintances pull me to the side, like, you sure this is what you want to do? Are you sure you want to do this? You sure you don't want to wait? You know, and y'all, you know, I was so happy and so crunk, like, it was just like, oh my God, no, you can't tell me nothing, you can't, cause I'm happy, like, I'm happy. You ain't nobody finna kill this happiness because I'm happy, you know, and everything like that. And, you know, so, once again, you know, it ended up being, like, real sweet and beautiful in the beginning, and then it died. You know, so then it was just like, well, okay. And so now it's just been like, you know what? I gotta reevaluate this. I gotta look a little deeper. I gotta, you know, really step back and observe and just really take my look around and look and really see what's going on, you know. Because I don't want to keep getting involved with people and, like, your heart not really in it, or you really not trying to be loyal and down, or you really don't, you broken already. Because we already know two broken people should not be together at all. Two broken people should not be together at all. But I can honestly say, in my relationships, I haven't been the maturest, you know, at my most mature level. And in each relationship, I have grown and leveled up. And, you know, they have taught me a lot. I must say a lot. And I don't regret them for the simple fact, you know, it has taught me and shown me, like, why, you know, I haven't been in a relationship and why I haven't really been involved. Excuse me. And, you know, just saying that to say, like, I really feel like God was blessing me and, like, had been blessing me, like, you know, he had been blessing me from, you know, not being in a relationship and allowing me to deal with me, allowing me to, you know, have time to really, you know, get to know myself, get in tune with myself, and really know who I am, how I'm coming, and all of that. Which you guys, you ladies, it's important to know yourself and know how you coming. It's important to know how you feeling, what you thinking, where you at, what you want out of life. It's important that you know you. Because if you don't know you, you cannot be in a good relationship, a good solid relationship, and be trying to get to know yourself and be involved. It's just not gonna work. It's not gonna work because when you don't know yourself, like, you don't know what you have to offer, you don't know what you have to bring to the table, you don't know you. So how can you be at your best and you don't even know you? you know. But I didn't know that then, you know. I'm thinking like, oh my God, you know, I'm seeing classmates, I'm seeing people having babies, I'm seeing people get married, I'm seeing people get engaged, you know, I'm watching YouTube, watching people get proposed to. All I know is I want my hoes romantic and I want my hoes romantic right now, and I want to get married, I want to have my kids, and I just want to live happily ever after. You know, see, that's that fantasy. That's that fantasy. Ladies, it's so important that you know you. It's so important that you know how you coming. It's so important that you know yourself and you know what you want out of your life. It's so important that you love and you know you and you take your time. It's so important that you take your time. Take your time and date. Take your time and ask questions. Ask questions after questions after again. Sometimes come back and re-ask the question. You know, it's so important that you really, you know, get to know that person and allow them to get to know you. And if they're not trying to get to know you, then, you know, you should rank everything to a halt, because, you know, there's signs right there letting you know, hey, I'm doing all this talking, but they not talking back. I'm doing all this reaching out, but they're not really reaching out back. You know, it's a two-way street. You shouldn't be putting in everything and you're not getting anything back. You know, y'all should be both working and putting in. She putting in, he putting in. Y'all both should be putting in. And if it's not going like that, then girlfriend, you need to hold it all out. You hear me? Hold it. Don't do nothing. Hold it. Don't give no more information. Don't, you know, be thirsty, because you're beautiful and you're worth waiting for, you know. But like I said, in today's time period, we want it quick, fast, and in a hurry. We don't want to wait for nothing. And I am so with, you know, my grandmother and my great grandmothers when they say like, this generation is ridiculous. This is a ridiculous generation, because like we're abusing something that's so beautiful and precious. We abusing, like we taking for granted. This generation is really taking for granted love. Like we don't know nothing about it, because a lot of us been abused, mistreated, hurt, neglected, abandoned, you know, done wrong, you know, and people are titling it love. You know, folks are approaching it with love. Oh, you know I love you. You know that. You know I do that because I love you. You know I really love you. And they might just slap you, or they might just curse you out, or they probably just kicked you in your face, or, you know, they probably just did something really disrespectful, and then they came back and told you, oh, you know I love you. Oh, I do that because I love you. You know, and so now we have the feeling, we have that feeling, and we're thinking, you know, oh, they love us. Oh, they love us. They love us. This is why it's like this, because this is love. No, sis, it's not. It's not love. It's not. Because, like, you know, if someone loves you, they're going to be willing to be patient. They're going to be willing to wait. They're going to be willing to, like, listen to you. They're going to be willing to, you know, step back, give you room. You know, they're not going to be just all over you and controlling and possessive and aggressive. And no. See, we're not getting it today. Today, we're taking abuse, neglect, abandon, yelling, screaming, hollering, and we're putting love on that. You don't love me. If you have to yell at me every time you talk to me, you don't love me. Sis, he don't love you. If he yelling at you every time he talk to you, or if he talking to you saying you stupid, you dumb, you ain't about nothing, you ain't doing, you can't do nothing right, he don't love you. He tearing you down, trying to destroy you, trying to make you less of a woman, because he see your strength, and he don't really want you to tap into yourself, because if you really just realize how strong and how capable you are, you will leave him. You will be like, bye, boo, I don't even need you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. But because you're not aware of how you're coming, you're not aware that you're beautiful, you're not aware that you're amazing, you're loving, you're precious, you're an awesome person to be around, you're taking a lot of this pain. And you know what? Real loving people endure a lot of pain. Real loving people endure a lot of pain. So if you're a real loving person, you know it, and you are, because you endured a lot of pain. Like every time you turn around, you get in a situation, somebody's hurting you, somebody's mistreating you, somebody doing you wrong. That's because you're loving. You have that loving heart. You're caring. You want to do anything. You want to go all out your way. You want to stay up all night. You want to help in any way you can. And in this generation and in this time and period, people are abusing that. People are really abusing love, because we have our defense up. We're ready to attack it and shoot it down, because I don't want you to love me, because if you love me, then that means you're going to slap me in my face. That means you're going to beat me up. That means you're going to yell at me and curse me out. That means you're going to tear me down. That means you're going to, treat me wrong. That's not love. That is not love. But a lot of our people feel like that's love. And, again, a lot of our people feel like, we're like that, or we come off like that because way back when our ancestors, endured slavery and endured, being abused, and our women being abused, and, our ancestors being abused and being mistreated and all of that. Our men are not able to be good men and leaders because, our ancestors way back when, were abused and mistreated and done wrong. So it's just done traveled over into this generation. But at some point in time, we have to learn to overcome. We have to learn to break free. We have to learn to do something different. Sis, if he yelling at you, he screaming at you, he talking crazy to you, every time he say something to you, he making you cry, he don't love you. He just don't want you to see how good you really are. He just afraid that you gonna leave him when you find out how you really coming. Sis, you're beautiful. You're amazing. You're worth being treated right. You're worth being told how beautiful you are. You're worth someone being a team player and willing to build you up instead of tear you down. And that's what we fail to have in this society and in this time and period. We don't really have active fathers, active brothers, active sisters, active friends. And I have to say that because folks are not really loyal. People are being selfish. If it doesn't have nothing to do with them, if it doesn't have nothing to do with the people in their circle or in their bubble, they don't care. They could care less. But we shouldn't be like that. We should be willing to speak up and speak out and, say something. We should be willing to say something. But a lot of us are afraid, if we do something, we might go to jail. Or if we say something, we might get shot. Or if we say something, we might get caught up in some type of situation. So we're fearful and afraid. So some of us going to turn our head like we ain't seen nothing. And it's going to take that brave person to come by and be like, why are you doing that? Why are you treating her like that? So, so I'm just saying, it's important that we know ourselves. It's important that we know how we're coming. It's important that we know who we are. It's important that you know who you are, sis. It's important that I know who I am. It's important that I know that I'm beautiful. I'm amazing. I'm worth waiting for. I'm worth someone going out their way for me. I'm worth someone respecting me and opening my door and, excuse me, being respectful and, being willing to listen to me. Not be disrespectful, but respect, whatever it is that I want, whatever it is that I'm asking for. And if they can't do that, then they're not for me. So back to the, relationships and everything. you can be in a relationship and do and everything, but the relationship, you don't, what I'm trying to say is you, people don't really tell you the ABCD about being in a relationship. You know, you don't get a handbook on about being in a relationship. Well, at least I didn't, you know. I didn't, you know, my parents or didn't nobody sit me down and be like, look, you know, sometime one day when you get in a relationship, you know, y'all might disagree. Or, you know, one day, you know, you might have to leave, or, you know, one day you might, you know, have a horrible argument, and then the next day y'all might be okay. You know, so I've been having to, you know, really learn, like, wow, this is what relationships about. You know, I don't know if I want this. I don't know if I want to be in this relationship, because you know, I have to sit here and deal with you um having fits and tantrums and going out into something, and you know, I have to deal with all of these mood swings and vice versa, you know, and everything, like, you know, just saying, like, in previous, you know, relationships and stuff, like, um you know, just having to deal with, like, all these different mood swings and all these different circumstances and situations. Like, it was like, wow, like, oh my God, like, you know what? I don't even know if I want to be in a relationship no more. Because, like, this not what I was thinking, you know. When I'm thinking relationships, I'm thinking, like, you know, it sweet, loving, kind, you know, just hopeless romantic. See? That's what I'm saying. It's important that, you know, we know and we realize, like, what we're signing up for. You know, what, you know, when we're getting in these relationships, that we know, you know, hey, you know, you might go through the ringer with this person, but that you going through the ringer because they've been hurt and they've gone through some things. So, you know, hey, it might not always be pretty. You know, and you know, this one we need our older people, our real old elders. And I say that because in this day and time period, like, grandparents and stuff not real old nowadays. They're like 40 and 30, you know. But I'm talking about when you have real grandparents that's like 60, 70, 80, and, you know, and they your grandparents type of time, because, you know, they've had time to live. Like, they've had time to, like, they got 20, 30 years on you. You know, they've had time to be married, be divorced, be remarried, you know, probably going through being a widow and just going facing life. You know, they've had time. So now when you come to you sitting down with them and you talking about what you going through, they're not worried about going to the club, and they're not worried about, you know, trying to get your man or trying to pick up your homeboy or whatever, and this stuff they have going on today. You know, but they can sit there and talk to you and give you some wisdom, or kick you some knowledge and help you to really realize, like, look, you put yourself in a grown folks position, so this is what you got to deal with. You know, and for me, like, you know, my parents, well, my mom, she ain't always, you know, she ain't too much talk about being in a relationship, or for me being in a relationship. But my dad, he always was like, no, you know, you got your whole life ahead of you, know. You know, you know, and then, you know, my grandmothers, you know, they played a part in my life. So, you know, they said, no. You know, they was just like, no. Like, no, you don't need to be worried about being in a relationship. Excuse me, you need to put your head in them books, and you don't need to be worried about no relationship. You know, if anybody know me, and if you really know me, you know, I was in my feelings, and they made me feel some type of way. Cause what you mean? You know, nobody lasts forever. So what you mean? I have my whole life ahead of me. I'm trying to get married. I'm trying to have some kids. I'm trying to live happily ever after, Grandma. You know. But failing to really realize that what they was really trying to do was save me from a broken heart, save me from getting my feelings hurt. Because living in this fantasy world, like, you know, oh, come in on a horse and, you know, save you and take you away. No. No, it does not happen like that. Make sure you break it down to your daughter and you let your daughters know, like, it don't happen like that. Like, when they get old enough where they can understand, sis, I would really advise that you know, sit down and you talk to your daughters when they become age to start dating and having their little crushes and stuff. It's important that we teach our young people about dating and being in a relationship, what it is to date, what it is to be in a relationship, what it is to, you know, be involved and be able to communicate and, you know, be a good partner, and what is a good partner, and all of those things. But yes, you guys, so that's it.